What's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here continuing to cook up this NBA action, man. Y'all know we do here on the Gym Session. We cook up every single game, every single day, man. Money making Monday, ladies and gentlemen. New week, new goals, new opportunities. Yesterday still wasn't the bounce back day that I wanted overall, man. We went 2-2 here on the Gym Session. We went 1-1 officially on the premium side. And we did drop our NBA Play of the Day. I had the Los Angeles Lake Show Lakers outright on the money line. I really thought they were going to tie that series up 2-2 heading back home. That is not what happened. We did hit our other play with the Boston Celtics. That was a sweat, but they did cash for us late in the end, late fourth quarter. So 1-1 officially last night. That's not what I do, though, man. Y'all know I usually get hotter than fucking fish grease, and I'm trying to return to that. It's been probably my roughest stretch of my career. Hasn't been nearly the season I wanted it to be, man. It's been a year of horrors overall. But I'm here. I'm continuing to break it down, continue to let you ladies and gentlemen know my thoughts. This run will come to an end here soon. It will. And we're going to get back to regular schedule programming, whether that's now for the remainder of the playoffs heading into next season, whatever it is. But we're going to find it. We're going to do what we do, which is kick the crap out of the books betting hoops. We got 2 games tonight. We got the Miami Heat at home at the crib trying to avoid elimination with the Cleveland Cavaliers rolling in. And we got the Warriors looking to take a commanding 3-1 series lead. So I'm going to break both of these games down right now, get you guys my opinion and the information you need to know, and get you ladies and gentlemen in and out of here. And hopefully we come out green on the other side like we usually do, man. All I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Instagram and Twitter all day long. There's a link for both in the description below. And, of course, I have premium plays over at the site. Let's do it, though. Money Making Monday. New week, new goals, new opportunities. First game on the board. The Heat, man, looking to avoid elimination. 8.5-point home dogs. Cleveland rolling in. Cleveland is head and shoulders the better basketball team. I think that's been evident here in this series. Cleveland failed to cover first game in Miami. They were up double digits for a lot of that game. Miami went on a nice run late fourth quarter to kind of close the gap. Then Cleveland locked back in and decided to go ahead and win the game fairly comfortably. They did not cover, but they did win comfortably. After the game, we saw Tyler Hero go to the press conference and basically guarantee that the Heat weren't getting swept. Big words, big claim from a guy like that, especially with his performance in that last game. This is not the Miami team that they've been in years past. Jimmy Butler's gone, who was the heart and soul of this team, the driving force of this team. While this team does still have guys with real playoff experience, guys like Hero himself, Bam Adebayo, Andrew Wiggins, an experienced head coach in Eric Spoelstra. It just hasn't really mattered in this series. Cleveland, they were the second best or tied for second best ATS team this season. They were a money-making machine for majority of the season. Heading into the All-Star break, they were number 1. After the All-Star break, we kind of saw them take their foot off the gas late in certain games, and that's why they weren't nearly as effective from a money-making perspective. But basically what I'm saying when I tell you that is Cleveland was dominant during the regular season. So it's no surprise that they've been dominant here in this series. I think Miami tonight, though, will have a very legitimate chance to win this game outright. I have a feeling that this game is going to play out similar to how that Oklahoma City Memphis Grizzlies game 4 played out in Memphis. Getting swept on your home floor is not fun. These guys are still professionals, and professional athletes are some of the most prideful people on the planet. So no way in hell do I think Miami just comes in here and lays down for Cleveland tonight. I think they're going to, especially knowing the culture of the Heat, man. Heat culture, literally. I think they come out here tonight, go balls to the wall, and will have a legitimate chance to steal this game and try to force a Game 5 back in Cleveland. Now, I do think this series is over. I do think Cleveland will win the series. It's just a matter of do they do it tonight or in game 5. Um, but with all that said, I want the points in my back pocket tonight with the Miami Heat. I think they do enough to keep this game competitive. This game kind of reminds me of Memphis, Oklahoma City, where we had seen Oklahoma City completely dominate Memphis all season long. Every single game that Oklahoma City won over Memphis was a double-digit win this season. Except for that last one, really, where Memphis came out even despite no John Morant and played them extremely tough. I got that same eerie feeling about this game tonight. I think Miami comes out here and plays Cleveland right down to the wire. Cleveland very well can sweep them and get this series over with tonight, but I highly doubt it's by margin. I want the points in my back pocket tonight, and maybe even an outright sprinkle on the money line here with the Miami Heat here in our first game of the day. We keep it rolling. Next game up, we head over to Golden State, where the Warriors are 3.5-point home favorites over the Houston Rockets. Right now, currently, Jimmy Butler is still questionable, still game time decision. Keep an eye out on that, ladies and gentlemen. For me, though, ultimately, it doesn't matter. I'm on the Warriors with or without Jimmy Butler. The Warriors outright own the Houston Rockets. That's my story. That's my narrative, and I'm sticking to it. The Warriors have beaten the Rockets in now, 18 of 21 meetings. They've played 21 times dating back to 2021. The Rockets have lost 18 of those. Now, all three of those wins that they did have came this season. But when I look at those 3 wins, I don't think a whole lot of it can be extracted or taken from it. So, the first game of the season that the Rockets beat the Warriors, that game was in Houston and it ended on a really controversial call. Really controversial. The Warriors really should have won that game. The refs gift wrapped that game to Houston. I'm going to call a spade a spade. That's how I feel. That's what I believe happened. The second game that the Rockets beat the Warriors this season, they held Curry to 3 points. Really good effort from Houston in that one. Really good. I'll give them a ton of credit for that. I believe that game was in Golden State as well. You hold Curry to 3 points and you come out of there with a dub, you earn that. But in that exact same breath, do you think that's something that can be replicated in the playoffs? Do you think Houston can play that good a defense on Curry in Golden State in a playoff game to hold him to that many points and come out with a win? I don't, personally. I don't. Playoff Curry at home at the crib in Golden State. Y'all have already seen how he's looked last game and a couple games in this series. I don't see him having an all-time clunker like he had in that game where he had 3 points and the Rockets got a win. So I don't think that game can necessarily be looked at and expected to be replicated. The most recent win that the Rockets won, we will give them credit for that. Their backup was against the wall. They could not afford to fall down 0-2 heading on the road to Golden State. That would have been a death wish. You feel me? So we will give them credit for that win. But I do think a but is needed for it because we cannot act like Jimmy Butler wasn't taken out in the first quarter of that game. I'm not saying that the Rockets wouldn't have went on to do what they did anyway. And I'm not saying that the Warriors can't play well without Jimmy Butler. That's not what I'm saying. But when you coming into a game with a game plan expecting to have somebody on your side and he gets hurt, injured, and is now out for the remainder of the game, that throws off the morale, that throws off the flow, that throws off everything. And you add on the extraness there for Houston at home at the crib needing that win. It's no surprise that Houston dominated in that game. We're not in Houston tonight, though. We typically trust Houston in Houston. Houston's a different team, monster and animal at home at the crib. On the road in Golden State, though, in the playoffs, the Chase Center, man, it's just different. So I say all this to say, man, nothing here that I look at tells me the Rockets do anything here. I'm on the Warriors. Short, sweet, simple. With Jimmy, without Jimmy, the light-skinned man, Steph Curry, postseason basketball, I think he torches the Rockets like he's done really dating back to 2021. So it's just my thoughts, man. I'm on the Warriors. I'm going to lay the points here in our last and final game of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate each and every one of you that continue to tune in and watch this video. All I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Instagram and Twitter all day long. There's a link for both in the description below. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site. Money Making Monday, ladies and gentlemen. New week, new goals, new opportunities. The week of horrors is over. Shit's in the past. It was what it was. Be what it be. This week, I started off with a bang and propel us onto an amazing, really profitable betting week. Feel me? It's been your guy, Jay Briggs, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm out of here. Peace.